lot from the community too. So, you know, you will meet a lot of like-minded people in there, and already, you know, forged some really quite strong relationships there with other members, which has been fantastic. To where I was at versus where I've got to, I'm now consistently having £10,000 months, which is fantastic. And I'm sure Louise is open to having a call with you if you are interested in what else she offers. Just kind of really lean into it and trust your instinct.
A friend recommended that I get in touch with Louisa, so I did this course, this actual course, 6 months ago, and I've been in her group course. And the good news is all of the things we just tested, I tested correctly. So the work has really helped. And what I would say about Louisa's work and Louisa herself is that she has encyclopedic knowledge. It's amazing. The ego and the blocks and the wounds can be very tricky, and they can be very sly, and they hide in corners. But doing the course has helped me shine a light on oh, there that is. Okay, let's deal with that. This has been such a wonderful experience for me, and I just really treasure being in the community, being with Louisa, and being a beneficiary of her good work and her beautiful soul.
I started working on the alignment practice, how much I could feel the energy, and it was something that I'd never felt before. And I was like, you know, always kind of, you know, read The Secret, been into the, you know, the energy, the universe, but this was like, okay, this is another level now. And it was from there I continued with the manifesting practices, and I was living in the energy of how can I grow my business? What is it I need to do next? And I just got this download of, you need to learn to do this for your clients. You need to help your clients align their energy. So I think it's just, you know, being fully supported. The amount of information, you know, is actually on my to-do list to just literally rewatch everything again, because there is so much to take in. Like any kind of study and any work, any self-development, it's like watching a film, isn't it? You don't see everything the first time. Each time something new is discovered. The various courses that or codes, if you like, that we have within the Helix method, so the wealth codes, the self-love codes, and so on, it means I've got an array of kind of, you know, tools to pull from. Just do it. Yeah, just, you know, like I'm a big believer in, you know, we're here, things, you know, land at the right time. So if you're here and you're considering it, then there's a reason for that.
And I can honestly tell you, it's been amazing. My clients were coming that I haven't seen in a long time. I have been getting booked with my online clients as well. And I've gone from $2,100, which is about average over this last year, to over $5,000 in 1 month. 1 month. So I'm pretty damn excited. And then there's been a lot of ego that's come up. And with that, Louisa has helped us soothe the ego, release what is the story or the belief behind it all. So it seems to be an easier process, for which I am very grateful. And if you're thinking about joining the Wealth Portal and you're on the fence and you're not sure, it's the best investment so far that I've done in a long, long time. So I would highly, highly recommend it.
Louisa's client results are the things that really, they speak for themselves. I've learned to give myself permission to pivot, and that business can be fun. I play with my business now, and I need to play. I have a sense of freedom now from working with Louisa, that I can let go of the attachment to numbers. They no longer define how successful I feel. That feeling comes from within. So if you are sitting on the fence, considering investing in yourself by joining Louisa's World, I can only say, just do it.
I decided to embark on the Infinite Prosperity Collective after that. It was a time when I started with both programs that I realized that if I wanted to take my business to the next level, the access to an amazing bank of resources. Louisa is extremely generous and has got a lot of resources that she built in our containers, especially in the IPC.
One, it has expanded my business. I met last year's goals back in August, and it's continuing to go from there. I really understood and discovered what resistance felt like in my body. I definitely understand the other side of that, and I now know what alignment feels like, and I understand how much easier it is to bring in the things that you want. What it has also helped me to do is to develop my own fine-tuning skills. And as I move through this program and I feel into the energies that I am actually releasing through each module, what it has allowed for me to do is to feel that in others. And so as an intuitive, I'm now able to transcribe that energy with my clients, which has allowed for them to have even more profound results, which is amazing. I've discovered a community that is so supportive and so loving. The women in this group are amazing, and Lou is amazing.
Say this to you. Nothing has shifted my personal life or the life of my clients faster than working with the amazing set of skills and tools that come with the Helix method. So if you're looking for something to explore that's going to enhance your practice as well as your personal life and give you a heads up like nothing you've ever seen, my strong recommendation is that you check out the Helix method.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So good to see you all. How is everybody? Welcome to your bonus session on receiving. See all your beautiful faces. Fantastic. A huge welcome. Welcome, everyone on Facebook. Welcome on the replay. Welcome to everyone in Zoom. Alrighty, let's dive in. We're going to be diving into overcoming the 6 energetic blocks in relation to receiving. So inviting you to just reconnect with that intention. What's your intention for joining us in the energetic edge? Just take a nice deep breath in and out, connecting in with that intention. What's your intention for the next 30 days? And as you tune into that, how will you feel when you've received it? Let's just take a moment to thank your past self for showing up every day, whether live or on the replay, and for getting you here to this point. And thanking your future self for the aligned action they're going to take after this event. And as we're here together, inviting you to contemplate, have you allowed yourself to receive the energetic edge, to fully receive all that has been offered here for you? Did you allow yourself to receive connection in the Facebook group? Did you allow yourself to receive all from each of the sessions that we've had together? Did you allow yourself to receive an energetic alignment audit? And in this moment, just inviting you to contemplate, what did you say to yourself that may have stopped you from fully receiving all of this? And here's the biggie. Where else is that pattern showing up in your life? In your relationships, in your business? And just taking a moment just to acknowledge what you've witnessed. Do share it in the chat or in the comments. Do you feel like, and it may be easier to think about, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much have you allowed yourself to receive this? What would be the number that you would give yourself? Is it a 10 out of 10? I've fully received. Is it a 7 out of 10? Is it what's coming up for you? Let me see in the comments. Awesome. And I invite you, as you're contemplating this, is do you allow yourself to receive? Or do you feel like it is a transactional thing that you're perhaps taking from people as opposed to receiving? There is a very subtle energetic nuance to this. So let's just stay with this for a moment as you think about, well, what's the difference for you in taking and receiving? What are we doing energetically, of course, when we are in that, we're taking. So if we're taking, so the energetic state of taking may feel like, so see what resonates for you, may feel like you're pushing or forcing yourself to take something, or somehow there's some effort in taking, where you may be doing the receiving. You know how we talked about doing things rather than being? This is where the nervous system is triggered and we're in the doing mode rather than actually receiving. So are you doing receiving and so taking instead of receiving? Does that make sense? The underlying energy here is somewhere along the way, it may come from a place of lack, fear, scarcity, where we might believe we have to claim something, take it before it's gone or withheld. And then that can create an energy imbalance. It can create this where we are trying to control something rather than allow the flow. Does that make sense? Welcome, everybody. So the impact here then is taking can create resistance in both the taker and those around them. So because it disrupts that natural energetic exchange, and often it can then lead to feeling exhausted, that depletion energy. And then we have receiving. Yes, so we can have these misalignments around actually what does receiving mean, where we've experienced it before and it may have been toxic in some way. So then we've got that misaligned relationship with receiving. But if you think of divine receiving, receiving is about being open. So the energetic state is being open and aligned with the natural flow of abundance. So our energetic state is we're receptive, we're allowing, and this is based on trust and ease. And the underlying energetic nuance here is this is coming from a place of abundance where we as the receiver are feeling worthy and confident that the universe, others will offer what they need without force. So this is a co-creative exchange where we trust that we will be given what aligns with our highest good. So just notice what is resonating for you. So when we are truly receiving, This creates that balance where energy is circulating freely and harmoniously. This is where we can really feel gratitude, joy, and that mutual exchange between the giver and the receiver. Whereas if we find ourselves taking as opposed to healthy receiving, it then comes down to hidden self-worth limits. So our worthiness default set point has been triggered, and we may find ourselves taking, we dive deep into these worthiness set points in the wealth portal. So we have our receiving default set point. We simply don't feel worthy of receiving, so we take to ensure we have enough. Does that make sense? Just inviting you just to contemplate the subtle energetic nuances in relation to doing receiving and receiving. So a receiver, on the other hand, just accepts what is given because we know that we are worthy of receiving. It's part of giving. So I invite you to contemplate, like if we think of this on a day-to-day basis, like in your interactions with friends, family, strangers, do you tend to be a taker or a receiver? It could be, if you think of all the things that we receive on a day-to-day basis, whether this is a material, a gift, a meal, someone buys you coffee, you're given money, given a job. And of course, it might be something more intangible, like a compliment or someone just opening the door for you. Or someone letting you in. If you think of like you're driving along the road and then someone lets you in, how often do you get someone cut you off? They won't actually let you in. Getting directions from a stranger, someone giving you their time, a hug, a smile. And in all those different interactions, when you acknowledge them, are you just acknowledging them, or you're appreciating them? Are you taking them? Are you receiving them? So when I'm saying taking, think of it as being, it's just taking it for granted, not mindfully receiving it. A great way to think of this is I've got a friend who's a brilliant receiver of presents. It's such a joy to give her presents because she so appreciates them. And then I'm sure we all know people that are a bit more awkward about receiving presents. And it isn't such a joy to give it to them because they're so awkward about it. Does that make sense? I just use that as an example so we can feel what's the energy behind that. Because the different energy between the two is huge, and of course has a massive impact on our frequency. So just allowing yourself to really know, okay, how can I amplify my receiving? Am I a 10 out of 10 on my receiving, irrespective of what is being given? Do I allow myself to feel that wave of gratitude, that energy in motion? And if we identify with being a giver and not a receiver, actually that's imbalanced because the two are reciprocal. It's an energy flow. So if we identify being a giver, then the invitation is to allow ourselves to really create that balance, to allow ourselves to keep that flow of the cycle between giving and receiving. And here's the thing, often we will receive things from a different source to the one that we gave. And I love this because then we can give without attachment. And we can receive without attachment. An example of this was, and I am taking them out for dinner on Saturday to say thank you very much. a dear friend of mine. I went for coffee. She was my old boss actually in social services, and her husband. And I went for coffee when I was back in London over not London, in the UK over Christmas. And I'd gone down to my storage unit. I was going out for coffee with them, and I was just saying, "Oh yeah, I've got to sort it out because we've decided we're not moving back to the UK." It's a 3-bedroom house in a storage container. I was like, "Oh my word, this is going to be a big job." And her husband said, "Oh, let me come and take a look at it. I can help you." And I was thinking, what can you do? Like, this is my stuff to take care of. In my head, I was like, oh, that's really sweet. You're going to help me with a couple of boxes today. That's wonderful. But I felt really like, I can't ask you for that. And he came along and had a look. He was ex-police, so he like gets stuff done. And he came along and looked at me, all right, Lou. Yeah, I can have this all cleared for you by the 22nd of February. And I went, oh, well, how do I pay you? He went, you don't, we're mates. It's like, what? This is a big job. This is like huge. And he's already done it. I'm going back this weekend to collect the final pieces. And as I was feeling into this, I was really allowing myself to receive this. And I was like, I love that I understand the receiving, because I can thank him with taking him out for dinner. And I know the universe, someone's going to give him something amazing. Doesn't have to be me. And I can give someone else something beautiful. And that's the flow. Does that make sense? And I am so grateful, because that was, I mean, he was at it for about 2 weeks. So can you allow yourself to receive when someone is wanting to give you a gift, whatever it may be, a cup of coffee, clearing out your storage container? Yeah, share it forward. Exactly. So this is key in terms of that relationship of allowing the flow of giving and receiving, and us not getting all kind of wonky with, I've got to do a transactional exchange between you giving me this much, so I have to give you that much, if that makes sense. Is this landing? What's coming through for you? Where is this inviting you to contemplate that you could amplify your receiving? It's so key, this flow, for our own growth, our spiritual development, that deeper connection with the universe, and to be able to make a bigger impact. I would love to help you receive more. So if you have any questions about how all of this relates to you, then do book a call with me, and I'll ask the team if they could just pop the link to book a call in the chat, and we'll make sure it's there in the Facebook group as well for anybody on Facebook or on the replay. And throughout my journey, I've uncovered so many powerful lessons about receiving and how they relate to the energetic blocks and our somatic default set points, and how we can really expand our capacity to welcome all that life has to offer. And I wanted to pull forward 4 for you. The first one is, the more that you allow for the quiet, the more you will know how to receive that direction and that guidance from your expanded body and your higher self through those different layers of consciousness, and being able to identify them. That soft whisper of your higher self. The second one, and let's see if this resonates. The more we try to control, the less capacity we have to deeply receive. The third one is, when we are not trusting that life can get better, keep getting better exponentially. So when our body isn't trusting that, it will then default to the struggle and the scarcity patterns that are rooted in our programming. And the fourth one is, our body knows how to receive money, love, everything that you desire. We have to choose it. and heal the blocks so that we can energetically align and then amplify our frequency so that we're in alignment with divine receiving. So inviting you to contemplate these as we're on this path to amplifying your capacity to receive, and if reflecting on that first lesson one, if you like, that the more that we allow for the quiet, the more we will know how to receive that direction, that guidance. And if I look back over my lifetime, I was just thinking, how old am I? And I was like, am I 51 or 52? In my 50s now. But in my teens, my relationship with my body was non-existent. I was rebelling, I was raving. I was drowning out the whispers of my body and ignoring all the wisdom that was held within it. And beneath that surface, my body was holding on to the weight of the hidden trauma from childhood. But I was too busy silencing it to notice. I'm young. Yes, thank you. And at 23, I became pregnant with my son. I had Alf at 24. It's his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Alf. And so I was a mother. And then even then I was pushing and striving and, just ignoring all the things that were being whispered to me, the gentle nudges from my higher self. I was trying to hold everything together, trying to force my son's father to have a relationship with my sons, really wanting it to happen. And it wasn't until I finally stopped and listened that everything began to shift, and my higher self really guiding me back to that wisdom that's available to us. I've been ignoring it for so long. And I began to trust and respect the need for that quiet and being able to really go within to listen and what my higher self sounded like, to be able to distinguish that between the programming. And then the second lesson, the one where the more we try to control, the less capacity we have to deeply receive. In my 30s, one of the roles I had whilst I was in social services was I was head of performance and engagement for adult social care. And so that was all the business planning and managing complaints and leading on commissioning services and making sure that we were in alignment with all the things that, we were meant to be doing. And on paper, it looked like I had everything that I wanted: a successful career, a role that seemed like a pinnacle of achievement, but I felt really empty inside and burnt out. And I designed my whole life based on that mental consciousness level and disconnected from my ability to receive. There was a lot of taking and transactional receiving in that space. And I thought that following the logical path, that safe path, that was how life was meant to be. I didn't question it before, and I was pushing and I was achieving and I was, they say, climbing my way to the top, only to find that, the joy and the peace and the fulfillment, they weren't there. And I really was surviving behind that mask of success. And it actually took me a further 8 years to finally leave social services. And part of that time it took me about 3 years to implement the exit strategy. So that process had spanned out over those 3 years. And it was only when I finally let go of control and trusted the guidance within me that I was able to step into that new path, to follow the synchronicities and what was lining up in front of me. So I could really allow myself to expand my capacity to receive. Does this resonate? Let me know what is resonating. I can see some comments coming in going, oh, that was me, and I resonate with that. And then the third one, this So this is when our body doesn't trust that life can get better. Do you believe that life can get better and better? Because then it defaults to when we're in that space, it just is going to go to those default stress patterns that kick in and are created in our programming. And when I was head of community safety, so that Louisa, head of community safety, Louisa, knew how to push hard to make things happen. She was a master at over delivering and overworking, very good at that one too, and ensuring that everything got done, except for caring for herself. Anyone else recognize that you kind of put yourself to the bottom of the pile? And she believed that doing more would create more success. But her only identifiable was success within the workplace rather than that holistic success that we all desire to be able to claim more of life. So that Louisa was running on empty and accepting the scraps in the other areas of her life. And then the universe knew what I needed and gifted me with some shingles and chronic fatigue. And so the universe had literally forced me to stop, and I spent 6 months off work on sick pay. I was unable to push through anymore. I just literally slept. I remember Moses coming in with a cup of tea and, "Mummy, why are you sleeping all the time?" He didn't make tea then. So that was a biggie. But I was unable to push through anymore. And I call it a gift because as I look back, I feel that I hadn't taken action quickly enough on my plan to leave social services. I wasn't meant to be there anymore. So my body stepped in and was like, right, let's make this decision. Let's give her a real wake-up call. And it was a real wake-up call because my father's own his ill health retirement started with a dose of shingles. So that was not lost on me. I was like, okay, there's a divine sign that, I keep saying I'm taking action on this. I was being very slow about it and allowing the other things to kind of take priority. And so then I was like, right, I'm speeding this up. I'm going to claim more of life now. Yeah, shingles is a wake-up call for sure. So I'm so grateful to that version of Louisa who put her big girl pants on and finally took all the action so that I could become this version of myself now. Be with you guys here in the Energetic Edge from beautiful Seville. And then get to go to Florida next month. And off to Thailand. Yeah. Is this landing? Ah, Sevilla, your old home. It's lovely. It's been pouring with rain, I have to say, for today and yesterday. So my rowing expedition hasn't quite completed yet, but I have got in that boat. I was telling you about that earlier. I have got in the boat. They let me loose on the boat. Actually, there was a leash on it, so I didn't kind of go drifting downstream, unable to control the boat. So the fourth lesson, just to complete this section for you, is to think about, as you're thinking about, okay, so my body knows how to receive money, love, and everything that I desire. I know I need to heal the programming that's kind of created this interference. And what are the pieces that are going to start to do that? So for me, as I really deepened, okay, really looking at how I was receiving and recognizing where my nervous system was getting triggered, I knew I had to intentionally create a new default set point. So I began saying no to anything that was misaligned with my capacity to receive. Anywhere someone who lived, just as an example, miles away from me, or let's meet up for coffee. Come here. You drive 3 hours for coffee. I started saying no. Let's meet halfway. Amazing how many people suddenly couldn't find the time to meet. So letting them go. So saying no, that was impacting my capacity to receive, because then I'm taking up all my time doing things that ultimately that 3-hour drive is not really serving me if that person isn't respecting our relationship to meet us halfway. impacting my capacity to receive. And that drawing that line in the sand is so impactful. So inviting you to think about, okay, where am I being asked to say no so that I can hold a stronger boundary? The universe will respond. You'll see the ripple effect in your relationships, in your business. Money will start to flow with greater ease because you've expanded that boundary so you can hold more. You've got a stronger foundation to hold your capacity to receive. Does that resonate as you think about your boundaries? And of course, I continue to do my inner work. There's default set points that need reprogramming every step of the way as I'm expanding and creating my new identity. The new Louisa, 2026 Louisa, is in creation right now. So I would love to start to think about how this relates to the 6 energetic blocks, so you can start to really think about how this marries up for you. And of course, if you'd like to explore working together, there's lots of different ways we can do that. So do just book a call and we can chat through that. So the 6 energetic blocks, so we have the resonance rift. So thinking about the dissonance between your higher self, conscious mind and subconscious, and how this relates to receiving. Where are we blocking it so we can't hear the wisdom of our higher self? And if we're blocking that wisdom, we're not receiving that. So that misalignment can create confusion and lack of clarity in decision making. We can have conflicting thoughts. We talked about this on the Wealth Portal on Wednesday, where some of our members were recognizing that we're having conflicting beliefs. It's like, how is that possible? That's so frustrating that I've got this belief and then that one as well. Are you ready to allow and accept your higher self's mission for this life, for this brilliant life of yours? Because our programming will block us from allowing ourselves to fully receive it. Have you allowed yourself to receive your mission? And then if we contemplate the somatic default set point in the body, if the body is conditioned to react negatively to receiving, so whenever we receive something that was traumatic, for example, this can create physical and emotional resistance to allowing ourselves to contribute to business activities that are going to enable us to receive more. So this might show up as procrastination, avoidance, anxiety. And if you're thinking about your somatic default set point, inviting you to think about, okay, so where is my somatic default set point? And it will be in terms of receiving across all aspects. You might be really good at receiving compliments, but not very good at receiving a gift, for example. Or receiving a request to do something differently from a loved one, or receiving constructive feedback. Do you fully receive it or do you dismiss it? Do you receive a compliment or do you castrate that person and say, oh, this old, oh, I love your top, Louisa. Oh, this old thing, I got it from some cheap shop, whatever it might be, rather than going, thank you so much. Like we sort of hot potato it. As soon as someone can give us a compliment, then it triggers that nervous system and we may have to give one back immediately instead of just being able, thank you, I received that, thank you. How does it feel in your body? Can you receive it? And of course, this all links with our current identity. So if you think about this current version of you, January 2025 version of you, do you have the identity and hold the self-concept of being a great receiver? Do you accept all of yourself? And this is so entwined with our attachment style and our identity. Our current identity is going to protect our attachment style and our self-concepts and beliefs and emotions that are all wrapped up in relation to receiving. And if we're anxiously attached, then our anxiousness may interfere with our joy of receiving. If we're avoidantly attached, we may feel that we're being weak if we receive support because we're uber independent. Healing my attachment style and my relationship with my mum had a massive impact on my joy in my friendships, my relationships with colleagues, my sense of belonging. I finally brought my own belonging into groups rather than thinking that I didn't deserve to be there. We inherit, as you guys know, we inherit so much from our parents. They're the gift that keep on giving. Our ancestors in terms of patterns, beliefs. That one sounded like it landed. All of this is held within our energy field of our in our body, within our Akashic records, and all of these is invisible influences influence our impacting our ability to receive. And for me personally, after a psychology degree, lots of counseling, reading tons and tons of self-help books, it was focusing on these deep energetics that meant that I finally had my relationship with myself, my attachment style, and created that peace within my body whilst I was in relation with others, my business, my family. That inner fulfillment that allowed me to fully receive. Because we can reject so many parts of ourselves. And if we're rejecting a part of ourselves and we're not fully allowing us to receive all of ourselves, we're going to be doing that elsewhere. So really inviting you to think about, okay, so where am I? If I'm not fully accepting all of me, where am I rejecting? What part of me am I rejecting? And then therefore, how is that showing up in my life and business? Let me know what is resonating in the comments. And then just to touch on this piece as we're talking about where we're rejecting things we may have experienced, thinking about our nervous system and how that gets triggered. Anywhere there's this unresolved trauma, creates the energy reversals, creating an aspect where we're rejecting parts of ourselves. We need to accept all of ourselves in relation to that. And, with the Helix method, we can create a new frequency as we start to let go of anywhere that we've created that rejection, all the energy reversals, the resistance, the old aspects of identity that were created from those experiences. So inviting us to think about, okay, so as we're creating this new identity and expanding our capacity in our nervous system is in relation to, as you think about, we want more money, can you allow yourself to receive all that comes with more money? Because it's not just the money that comes, more responsibility does come. We all need better standards and boundaries to be able to hold that money. Can we allow ourselves to receive that? Does that make sense? And then we have our energy reversals. And these are key. And there's such a game changer when people really start to understand that and how core they are to being able to allow your energetic flow to be optimized, because the reversals just disrupt that natural flow of creative and productive energy. We want more and more of our energy, the capacity of our energy field, to be in that flow state. And we talked this week about the dissonance in strategies that we're implementing in our business, and that has a massive impact in receiving. If we have incoherence between our strategies and our personal values and our business values, then we're going to find it difficult to achieve. And we know that feeling, don't we? It feels icky. Something we're doing is feeling icky. And there's a difference between it being out of alignment with who we be and that resistance to that next level. Alrighty. So let me know what resonates, and any reflections that I haven't managed to see. Know that I go back and I read everything afterwards. So I'm looking forward to seeing what resonates for you. Who would like to start to heal and amplify your receiving? Up for doing some helixing now together? Yay, let's do it. Oh, I love it. Alrighty, so our flow is, as you know, we're going to be doing our higher self invocation. And then we're going to be doing our muscle testing, energy testing in relation to receiving. You dive in more around attachment styles in the wealth portal and in the relationship codes. Just for those of you asking in relation to that. So for now, let's focus on amplifying your receiving. And I'm going to guide you through the higher self invocation, and then we're going to do the energy testing, find out. I've got 5 phrases for you to test. Alrighty, so just, excuse me, inviting you to bring your awareness to your soul star chakra. And inviting you to increase your life force energy by breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and breathing out for 8. And just to do this 3 times at your own pace, with the intention of amplifying your connection to your higher self. And then speaking to all levels of my consciousness, I intend that in the name of divine truth, love and light, let all information come from my higher self and be in alignment with my divine truth for my highest good and the highest good of all. I am creating a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and higher self, so they are 100% connected and in perfect alignment, and all working towards my highest path and purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And from this place, we're going to energy test, just as a reminder. We're using the sway technique. So a forward sway is a yes and a backward sway is a no. And if you get anything other than that, see if it's an energy reversal, as I've taught you this week. So these are the phrases I'm inviting you to test. Oh, there is. Let's see. Thank you very much. Let's try that again. Okay, you have to tell me if this works now. Right, 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Is it working? Nope. Okay. Nope. Right, what I'm going to do then, wait a second, is I am going to put these on. That's what I'm going to do in the chat. There we go. Copy them here for you. And then the team, if you could pop this into Facebook group, that would be amazing. Under the video, that would be fab. So I'll say these out loud as well. Alrighty, so what we are, okay. Alrighty, so the first one is, I am safe to receive more. See if you get a yes or a no to that, and then make a note of what you get. Paying attention to your body, how this feels in your body. I have to share what I am given. So this will reach in anywhere that you've recognized that you set a goal and you only receive 50% of your goal, or not quite all of it. I'm going to see if there's any sibling issues popping in here. I have an energy reversal to receiving compliments. Seeing if you get a yes or a no, or a swirly one. I have an energy reversal to receiving gifts. I have an energy reversal to being given money. So let us know what you identify there. And I'm going to get the phrases for you for the next piece. So I've just popped in the chat the phrases. See if I can do this on the team. If you could pop those in Facebook underneath the live, that would be amazing as well for those of us who are with us on Facebook. Alrighty. And of course, anyone on the replay, you'll be able to get these from the chat, which we put underneath the video. Okay. So we got some answers coming in. This is awesome. Identifying these already. So in a moment, we're going to start to clear these. We're going to have some time to do two. I'll guide you through the first one. So remembering it, if we got a no to I'm safe to receive more, then we're going to release the belief I'm safe to receive more no. So we're saying the no because our body did a no. Okay, so holding CV17, just inviting you to breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. Notice how this feels in your body. And then I'm going to say this one out loud once and then twice internally. I'm ready to release the belief I'm safe to receive more. No. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. If the body said yes to receiving more, just do another one as I'm doing this one. Just follow along with whatever one you're releasing. And then silently say, I'm ready to release the belief I'm safe to receive more. No. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in for 4, out for 4. I'm ready to release the belief I'm safe to receive more. No. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. Noticing what you notice. And then moving on to the next one to release. I saw a question coming in saying, what if you get a sway showing you an energy reversal and you're asking a question around an energy reversal? Just release that as an energy reversal. The sway is just showing you that you have an energy reversal. Very often you won't get a clear yes when there's an energy reversal. And just receive it as that. And just release it as that. Alrighty, so just pop some music on for you whilst we release these. And then we'll come back together to create that aligned coherence. Let's get some music happening if it will allow us to. Team, if you could let me know if you can hear the music, that would be great. Noticing how this feels in the body. Beautiful. We'll come back together in a moment to create the aligned coherence. So just finish off doing the one that you're doing. And I'm just going to pop in the chat the next step for you. So just giving you a heads up, if just to keep it there so everyone can see. If you just give it a thumbs up to acknowledge that you can see it, then that will help to keep it at the top of the chat there so everyone can see it. Awesome, thank you. Alrighty. So we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're starting to create that aligned coherence, inviting you to now start to breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. So you're really bringing that coherence in. Fill your heart up with more and more love. And then we're going to do each of these inner rewiring. So thinking the thought for 30 seconds. I'll be the timekeeper. Give you a heads up when we're going to move on. So you can be in the moment and in the feelings. So from this place, silently thinking, I'm safe to receive all of myself. Repeating that over and over for 30 seconds. Beautiful. Moving on to the second one. I can receive all of myself. Moving on to the third one, I am a great receiver. Moving on to the next one, I love and accept myself completely. Moving on to the fifth one, I am a worthy receiver. shifting gears a little bit, inviting you to say out loud now, I am so happy and grateful. I have just now received the amount of money that you've been calling in. I feel so accomplished, motivated, and in flow. Just noticing how that feels in your body. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome back, welcome back. And then from this place, inviting you to live in the energy of the question. Why do large sums of money come to me so easily and effortlessly? Allowing yourself this moment to listen to that soft voice. And if it feels aligned to do so, make a note of any insights that come to you now. And know that further insights will come to you. You get to take the aligned action. How's everybody feeling? Just taking a moment just to allow yourself to acknowledge the feeling. Pop it in the comments. I would love to hear your takeaway. What have you received? And thank you so much for being here with me during the Energetic Edge. I hope that this has served you. It's been a total joy to serve and to teach and to allow you to see what's possible. And incredible seeing all the breakthroughs, the energetic shifts, the clarity that's come in. And if you are excited about the momentum that you've created and you want to build on this momentum that we've started, then I would love to invite you to continue with us in the Wealth Portal so that we can create the new default set points. So you can have that direct flight to your destination instead of lots of stopovers and delays and all those things along the way. And as you share your takeaways, we will do one final prize draw. So we're going to be drawing for a future self progression in the Akashic Records. This is where you'll receive your future self in your Akashic Records and download the wisdom and the insights. So you can use that as a guiding light. It's a 45-minute digital guided Akashic activation, so you'll be able to tune in any time you choose. Alrighty, let's see the takeaways. Yeah, I love it. It's starting to get the hang of helixing. Yes! Yeah, beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Helixing is amazing. Helixing is powerful. Oh, I love it. Alrighty. Fantastic. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty, so I can see who the winner is. Dun, 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 dun. The winner is, for the Future Self Progression in the Akashic Records, Anna Pavlakisi. Congratulations! I'm so excited for you. Thank you everyone for sharing your takeaways. The team will be in touch with your gift. Congratulations, Anna. This is just so fantastic. And for those of you that would love to learn more about continuing the momentum together, we are welcoming in clients to the Wealth Portal and our certification programs, the Helix Method Mastery and our Akashic Records certification program. So just reach out and let us know that you would like the links. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And for those of you coming into the Wealth Portal, our goal is to break through your upper limits in 60 days or less. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but that's our goal, that's our intention. And of course it looks different for everyone depending on, you know, the level of business growth and where they're at. But we have a beautiful community and we have got bonuses to support you if you need to develop your business skills as well. So that's so that the business model doesn't become your block. The Wealth Portal is a must for business owners. You have a unique ability to have uncapped income, and so your wealth consciousness is just crucial to your financial success. So delighted to invite you to come into the Wealth Portal. We have our welcome call on the 5th of February, and so I will see you there. For those of you that have energetic alignment audits booked in, I'll honour the special savings that we have, because I know that some people want to have a conversation before they step in. For those of you asking about the Akashic Records, we will get the information over to you. Do just let us know here, and of course you can email if you're watching on the replay, clientcare@louisahavers.com, and we will get the relevant links over to you. Oh, fantastic. Well, a huge congratulations. Thank you so much for being here. Let's stay connected. Let us know if you are in and coming to join us in the Wealth Portal so that I can celebrate you. And of course, any other questions, do just email us at clientcare@louisahavers.com and we'll get that answered for you so you can make an aligned decision either way. And that is a wrap. I hope that this has served you. Let's stay connected. We would love to have you back to our next Energetic Edge. And if you have loved this and would like to be an affiliate for us, then let us know at clientcare@louisahavers.com and we will get you set up. Until next time, sending you lots and lots of love. Take care.